Welcome back to English Talk Show. My name is Emma, and today we're going to dive into something we all have, mornings. My intention from this podcast is to help you practice English while you're listening and to make it memorable forever. So, I'll first tell you about my morning, what I usually do, how I start my day, and the little rituals that keep me on track. Then we'll deep dive into the English, exploring some advanced words, idioms, and phrases you can use to describe your own morning routine naturally and fluently. And while you're listening, feel free to shadow at your own pace. That means you can repeat after me as I speak. Don't worry if you can't keep up word for word. Just focus on the rhythm, pronunciation, and flow. Grab your coffee, sit back, and let's chat. All right, so let's start with weekdays, those 5 days when life runs on autopilot. My alarm goes off at 6:30 a.m., and honestly, the first few minutes feel like a battle between my willpower and my bed. I usually drag myself out of bed, not because I'm lazy, but because I'm not a morning person by nature. Still, once I splash some cold water on my face, I start to switch gears. I like to begin my day with a bit of mindfulness. I spend 5 minutes doing deep breathing or a short meditation. It really helps me center myself before diving into emails and deadlines. Breakfast is simple, usually oatmeal with honey and fruits. Nothing fancy, but it gives me just enough energy to hit the ground running. By 8 a.m., I'm at my desk, laptop open, and coffee in hand, ready to take on whatever the day throws at me. I usually tackle the most demanding tasks first because my brain functions best in the morning. One thing I've noticed is that a calm, organized morning sets the tone for the whole day. It's like laying the foundation for a smooth journey. Now, weekends, a completely different story. If weekdays are about discipline, weekends are about indulgence. I ditch the alarm and let my body wake up naturally. There's something so peaceful about opening your eyes without that annoying beep in the background. I love to make a slow breakfast on weekends. Pancakes, scrambled eggs, maybe a cup of hot chocolate. I usually play some mellow music and just savor the moment. Sometimes I step outside for a morning walk. The air feels fresher, the world quieter. It's like everything slows down, giving you space to breathe and reflect. On Saturdays, I might catch up with friends or go to the market just to soak up the local vibe. Sundays, on the other hand, are my reset days. I tidy up my room, plan for the week, and sometimes write in my journal about what I'm grateful for. Weekend mornings remind me that life isn't just about being productive. It's also about being present. Now, let's deep dive into some of the advanced words and phrases I used while talking about my mornings. I'll explain each one and give you examples so you can use them too. When I said my weekday mornings run on autopilot, I meant that they happen almost automatically, out of habit. For example, my weekday routine runs on autopilot because I followed the same steps every day. You might also hear me say that my alarm goes off at a certain time. This simply means the alarm starts ringing. It's just a common English expression for alarms, timers, or bells. For example, you can say, my alarm goes off at 6:30 a.m., but sometimes I hit snooze. Or you can say, the fire alarm went off in the building and everyone evacuated immediately. Here, the went off is the past tense of goes off. I hope this is clear now. I also said that waking up can feel like a battle between my willpower and my bed. That's a fun way to describe how hard it is to get up, like your bed is trying to keep you and your willpower is trying to pull you out. Another phrase is drag myself out of bed. Drag myself out of bed. That just means getting up slowly or reluctantly. For example, every morning I drag myself out of bed at 6:30 a.m. When I mentioned switch gears, I meant changing my mindset or activity. For instance, after washing my face, I switch gears to work mode. I also said I like to hit the ground running at work. That's an idiom that means to start quickly and energetically. For example, I hit the ground running with my emails at 8 a.m. Or you can say, after moving to a new city, he hit the ground running by exploring the neighborhood and meeting new people on the first day. Hit the ground running. Next one. On weekends, I ditch the alarm. Ditch the alarm, which simply means I don't set an alarm. I let my body wake up naturally. So you can say, I ditch the alarm on weekends. I also said I like to savor the moment. Savor the moment. That means enjoying the present slowly and fully, like sipping coffee, listening to music, and just appreciating the calm. It's savor the moment. When I go to the market, I soak up the local vibe. Soak up the local vibe. That means enjoying the atmosphere or energy of a place. For example, I love to soak up the local vibe at the weekend market. So, these are the things I wanted to share with you today. Feel free to listen and repeat as many times as you want until the meaning feels natural. Many of these expressions and phrases are super useful for your daily English conversations, so take notes and keep practicing. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like the video and stay tuned for more. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you in another great video, and thank you so much for listening.